What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Junior coming at you live and direct out of the south side of Atlanta. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And to my old people, not old people, but to the people that's coming back to the channel, appreciate y'all so much. And make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe you know. So let's get into it. So as you already know, based off the title, you already know what we about to get into, man. So yeah, man. So white phase. We are finally in white phase, right? So let me tell y'all this, so we're in week 5. We're like halfway through basic training now, right? White phase is about to be lit. Everything is about to be good now. We're not about to have no smoke sessions. At least so we thought. Like no smoke sessions like as a group, right? So we get up the regular stuff be happening, right? So you get up, you make your bed, you make your bunk, whatever like that, or your bed and your bunk, whatever. So the 40-degree angles, all that stuff. You go to the latrine, and then people that still sleep, they get called from the intercom to wake up at a certain time, yada yada. So at this time, you already got people brushing their teeth in the latrine, taking a shower or whatever, and things of that nature to get on the CTA line. So every morning literally, we have about I would say about 30 minutes of exercise in the morning time, every morning. So we either have it on the CTA line or we have it out in the pit. And yeah, man, now that I look back on it, those times was great in my opinion. Though, like those times of like just getting out, like really, like I would say, like being away from home for a minute and being around people from different areas, those was really good times for me. Some people was like ready to bounce, whatever. So anyway, we are literally on the CTA line. No, was this day? Some days we were on the CTA line. Some days we went out to the pit to do exercises. So after that, we after we did our little jog around the entire like parking lot, we did our jog, whatever, our little warm up. They would do the blowhorn to. They got 3 blowhorns to where you walk, you jog, and then you run. I believe. I think that's the 3 horns. So, and then two like and the 2 horns is for you to like stop and just come back to the company, whatever like that. So we're there in the morning time and we're doing exercise or whatever like that. And white phase is all about, like the last video, like I told y'all, white phase is all about learning about your weapon, your M4. We're learning about weapons cleaning and things of that nature. We're learning about how your weapon works. We're starting to learn about shooting on the weapons range and all that stuff. So we're excited to learn about the weapons now, right? So we are going to the defect to get a breakfast chow, and literally it's like you have we go to the defect and like components: Army active duty, Army Reserve, Army National Guard. They didn't start that up until like recently. When I first got the basic training, they really wasn't on that. But then after a while, they started. It was all of us in one big group, and then they start splitting us up into components of what part of the army we were in. So after that, literally when you are um basically you're in the defect, I'm gonna do a little sidebar or whatever like that. So when you're in the defect, you're just you have your tray and you're just stepping, like you get called into the defect. You're like, when it's your component, it's one person in front of you. Like there's a trainee assigned in front of you. When we march to the defect, we do all the cadences, whatever, like just marching, whatever, like that. So when all of us, they say army, army, like active duty army, go into your line, and then we be like, okay, AAO drill sergeant, moving drill sergeant. Then we have to do one step back, and then we have to like run to our actual like component. Then there's like Army Reserve, fall out, and then Army National Guard fall out, whatever like that. So the training in front, they say if there was if there was 50 Army trainees, like active duty, they would call like 20. So the girl or dude, they be like 2-0 trainees in the DFAC, 2-0 trainees in the DFAC, and then that's when people march this way or that way, like 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. And that goes for all three components. Once you get in the DFAC, right, they got granola bars right by the door going in, as far as like the second door going in. The first door you go in, you got the sinks right there to wash your hands or whatever like that. The second door, you're actually going into the DFAC. And they got granola bars. Certain people was like, if you got your OCPs on, certain people stuffing their granola bars inside their pants pockets, whatever like that, when drill sergeant not watching or drill sergeants are not watching. So you first get in there, and sometimes you got the drill sergeant, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, put your plate to the food. Put your plate to the food. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the actual trainees, not even drill sergeants, but trainees. This one chick was like, shoulder to shoulder, heels together, like doing all that, right? So we got to pivot. Every little move was a pivot, right? So we get our trays and stuff like that. We get our food. And certain trainees are getting yelled at as they getting the food. I remember my drill sergeant talking to this one trainee, was like, he's like, I don't know why you're getting that much food. I'm talking to you. He had his little brim hat on. He's like, I'm talking to you. And we looking up with our tray, we eating. And he's yelling at this one dude getting like more food, like getting seconds and all that, and all like just scooping the food, seconds, thirds, whatever you want to call it. And he was like, "You better hurry up. You better figure it out. You better figure it the fuck out, trainee. This is not a goddamn buffet." That's how he was talking. I started laughing. You got people in the already sitting down like myself. We just laughing, right? So we're just like, you have to hold your cups and stuff like that, right? Like literally like the grenades that you're throwing like during like in the basic training and stuff like that. And then that's just like, imagine you sit down, right? You sit down at the defect, and you literally have some days, I'm gonna say it like this, like some days you have 20 minutes to eat. Some days you literally have like 7 minutes to eat. 7. One day we got and it all depends on how the drill sergeants feel. If they feel like you giving them a hard time and they pissed off that day for whatever the fuck reason, they be like, okay, y'all got 5 minutes to eat, and you just sat down. Literally. Bro, it's been times to where I got my tray, and when they said that, I was just busting the tray down. I'm just busting, like, I'm like literally, I'm doing this, and I'm just over here just demolishing food. Half my plate be finished, or more than half sometimes. I got 12 minutes to eat. Bro, they was like on it. And then certain days to where like, if the drill sergeants felt good, as far as like they was not on no tripping shit, bro, they would literally wait until like the last person eat, and you finish your whole plate. Literally. But that was sometimes. So we get out the defect and we go back to the company. Now, when you get your weapons, right? So we learned about all of this, about weapons training, how to hold your weapon, your M4. I didn't know it was so many components to a weapon, bro. Like, but it was like on some, I ain't gonna lie, cleaning your weapon is like on some Forrest Gump shit. It's like your M4 at least, it's like you got so many springs. You got a spring within the like the trigger holder or whatever like that. Then you got a bigger spring like that comes out the back of the barrel, whatever like that. Like you got the front of it, then you got like this little latch that takes the little thing out and all that. You got all your cleaning equipment and stuff like that. You learn about this week. You're gonna be learning about weapons training, weapons cleaning, how to hold your weapon, how to properly shoot your weapon. You're gonna be learning about all that, about what type of bullets go in the magazine. And mind you, they keep stressing about this is not a I keep saying weapon because it's like if you say it's a gun, you're gonna get smoked or corrected. If you this is not the hood, this ain't the streets. Like my drill sergeant would say, this is not your hood, this ain't the block, whatever. This is not a clip, it's a magazine, right? So when we are literally we went to this before we actually like shot with the M4, we went to this one little trailer that was like twice the size of this room I'm in. The where it's like a video game. It was like you're shooting at it's like a real life simulation game. It's like literally like a video game to where it's like um they have the it's like a it feels like an actual weapon, but it's like a computer game. Like you've been to arcades or whatever. So they have the this little core piece attached to the computer, which you're looking at a bright screen that has all lanes that you're going to be shooting. You have your lane, then the next person next to you have their lane, and then so on and so forth, and all the way down. So lane one all the way down to about 10, right? So you literally have sandbags in front of you to shoot, and you have to group in zero. And what group in zero is, you have 40 rounds, right? 40 rounds, but you have to group in zero 4 out of 5 shots twice out of 40 rounds. So 5 and 5 is 10. So 4 of those bullets, you have a piece of paper. It's like the circle about this big. It's about that big. And then the black part within that circle is white dotted lines, and it's a black. It's a white dotted line that's into a circle, and then the rest of the target is like a square like that. It doesn't matter about the actual target itself. They want you to hit inside this type of target, like the middle part. And it seems like it's simple, but when you're at 25 meters away and you're like on the computer, it was I grouped the zero on the computer. My drill sergeant, I was happy because it was easy. But the kick to this is, right, there's no recoil. Bro, when I'm gonna get to that later about the actual the the kickback of the weapon, right? So when you're on a simulation game, quote unquote, you're grouping a zero. So between that right here, the target that they want you to shoot at, it's at 25 meters, and you're on your stomach while you're shooting at the target, and it's 25 meters. Some of them is, I think it's 50. They give you, when you're looking inside the little your scope, right? When you look inside of it, it's pointing directly at what you're shooting at, but the computer game doesn't have any kickback. So when I shot, I grouped in zero, and a lot of people didn't. And they show you at the bottom of the screen, on your particular screen, it showed you how many shots you have out of how many like shots that you hit as far as like the target, right? So for example, at out of let's say out of 20 rounds, right? And you hit the target, or you got 15, that's relatively good. As far as like, you have to get 4 shots in the middle of this circle, like towards the middle. And then a few bullets can go out, but 4 shots, and when I say group in zero, it's not just in the middle. You have to have them very close together, and you have to do that twice. This is on the actual, when you actually shoot your weapon, you have to do that twice. So I remember I did it once on computer game, right? So when I was at the computer game, I actually like grouped in zero. Like it was very close together. It was 4 shots, and then the other one was like a little bit lower, but that's all that they was looking for. So the computer game, my drill instructor, my drill sergeant, excuse me, my drill sergeant, he pointed with a laser pen. He's like, "This is what we're looking for right here," and he pointed at my screen. I had like one of the highest scores in there. The computer game was fun. Fast forward, when we get to the weapons range, first of all, bro, hot as hell, hot as fuck. The porta potties are down the hill. we're in the nothing but like wooded area, the road. Like now we're on the ranges. Like the video in the past I told you about when we was marching to like the wooded, like going toward the woods. Those type of ranges we were passing, we're at those ranges now, or at one of those ranges, right? So they was explaining how when you are you're literally, the target is literally like when when we had the target, it's the first time we were shooting, it was 25 meters. It's not 25 meters, ain't that far, but when you're grouping zero and you're dealing with an actual like when you're dealing with an actual weapon, bro, that kickback was just so you have to get on your stomach. This is like training when we was at basic. You have to get on your stomach, and you have to put the beanbag is like this, right? You have to put the barrel of the weapon on the beanbag. And depending on your height and the comfortability of the weapon, you have to make sure you're comfortable when you're shooting. The comfortability of the weapon, you have to put the actual like the end of the weapon towards your shoulder like that. You understand what I'm saying? And there was like a few people, they said if you're right-handed or left-handed, certain people that's left-handed, they shoot like this. I've seen a few left-handed people in there. Not that many, but I've seen a few of them. It's interesting how they shoot. So you literally would um have to shoot with a beanbag. I had to have two, and I didn't group in zero the first few days. I was getting frustrated. I ain't gonna lie. So when you are shooting, they tell you the drill instructors, they literally have their headset in like this. They have their the regular caps on. They don't have the drill sergeant stuff on. They have their caps on, and they have the when you're on the range, you have to have headphones, because we had to have plugins too. Before you get on the weapons range, you have to have plugins, and yeah, that's it. Like ear protection. Bro, I remember one time I took those ear probes out, just like because I got kind of tired of like having them in a little bit. Bro, when them weapons go off, I would say guns right now, but when them weapons go off, bro, though them bullets in that the weapon is loud as fuck. Excuse my language. The weapon is loud as hell. Like it literally. I remember one time you're near when you're like about 5 or 10 feet away from somebody, and all you hear is boom, 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 bro, and you don't have no ear pros in, those shots are loud as hell. Like I can see why people go deaf. Them shots loud as hell. So literally, he told us to if you see any wildlife on the weapons range in the distance, you're supposed to do this like drill sergeant ceasefire. Like if you see any type of wildlife, bird, a deer, a fox, a squirrel, whatever. Like if you see any of that in the distance, a bear or whatever, you're supposed to cease fire for any wildlife, right? So I was literally mind you, there was no wildlife out there like that. So we're literally shooting like 25 meters. And the reason we're shooting, like they told us that like the next week, because we're shooting at targets coming up. I'm gonna get to that. So we're literally 25 meters. We're waiting to get our you have people doing ammo detail. So ammo detail is like there's a table, a long table of trainees just handing out bullets, like actual cases of just bullets. Like I think it was about 40 40 rounds, like it's 40 rounds per case, I believe. And they're just we get like they gave us 4 boxes, but we have like the vest that we have on, it's like a magazine holder of like our camouflage vest is like a magazine holder. So we have our we didn't have the helmet, whatever that you see. We didn't have the little cinch. We had our regular little caps on. So some of us got the little clear glasses on, some of us don't. um I didn't have that on. I don't think you um yeah, we didn't have to have those on if we didn't need to. But you are required to wear the ear probes. And then at when you are on the weapons range, and if the crowd is like if the people in the bleachers are like, if you're stepping onto the weapons range and the people in the bleachers are right here, you're supposed to hold your weapon this way, like the barrel of it this way. If they're over here, hold the barrel this way to where the weapon range is, right? So we're literally we're on the weapons range, and then they tell certain people we are on the bleachers. They tell we're by platoon, so it's first platoon, us the second platoon, third platoon, and then fourth platoon. So they're telling people by platoon to come forth and shoot their weapon. So to make a long story short on that, it was like they got to us, and then we're lining up, and they tell us what lane we're in. I was just like, wow. So this is really like I'm really about to shoot this weapon. I wasn't nervous, whatever, but it was just like I feel like all right, I got this. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Toward the end of the week, I was getting frustrated though because it's like it's not as easy as the computer made it seem to be, whatever. So man, when you shoot the weapon and you are like looking at the target, it's easy to shoot the entire target, but 25 meters out and shooting at a tiny circle to group in zero at a tiny circle, and you can literally clearly see. I can clearly see my when you press the trigger, they give you like okay the breathing technique, right? They give you they say control your breathing, and then you're supposed to boom. That's the first shot. And then you're supposed to hear a little click. After that, let the trigger go. And then the second shot, boom. And you, every time, it's like far few. Like my bullets were like, I remember the first time I was shooting it, my bullets were like, I could feel and see the weapon. Like when I click, boom, it'll go like that. Or boom. Or like imagine you're aiming at the target, but your weapon is just pop, 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 pop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went and seen that piece of paper, right? And I'm seeing one, like, out of the square, I'm not hitting it in a circle, right? And the drill instructor was like, drill sergeant was like, Junior, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even hit on the paper. I seen like the bullets was like hitting at the bottom of the paper, not even on the like the actual like black part, not even close to the circle, not even on the black, just at the end of the. He's like, Junior, where you shooting at? Like, what the fuck? Where you shooting at, bro? He ain't call me bro, but damn, like, he's like, you're not even shooting. Like, make sure your weapon's straight. So the next time I did it, I was just like, okay. The next time I did it, it was trash. The next time I did it was still trash, but it was my bullets were on the bottom of the paper. So I'm still seeing it pop, 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 pop. Like it's in a general location, but it's at the bottom of this paper. It wasn't even on the paper the first time. So I'm over here excited. I was like, okay, that's progress. This dude over here talking about Junior, fucking shitbag. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're not even at the center. I'm like, I wasn't even on the paper at first. I mean, you can't give me no. So I was like, you can't give me no slack for that. Like, I'm feeling good because I'm actually on the paper. Like, I feel like I'm did some shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this is my first time really shooting weapons like this. I ain't never shot no like. Only time I shot a weapon when I was like 16 back home. You know what I'm saying? Like back in New York is the only time I really shot like a shotgun before or whatever. So anyway, I was we got to the next time we did it. Now my bullets is like is getting close to the center now. So he just he told me to just adjust my sight picture. And so he said don't move and just adjust it slightly. Okay. It said pop is 5 bullets and they tell you to stop, cease fire after that, right? So they said for you to go like when I said pop, 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 I didn't do it that fast. I was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm taking my time with it. I got to like the 5th shot. And then you're supposed to, when you're done shooting, you're supposed to put the weapon back on safety and put your weapon on your shoulder and then put your right leg up, and then they'll tap your leg. So I got up, and they said they tell everybody to cease fire. Then it was like, okay, now we can go. They said now we can go toward the target again. So there was like everybody go toward the target. So I'm walking toward my target, and I was like, okay, this is feeling alright. So I get to the paper, and the shots is relatively in the circle, but it's not grouped in zero. I was just like, okay. They was like, okay, you're doing pretty good, Junior. You're doing pretty good. So they was like, make sure some of the bullets was out, but they're still getting closer to the center though. Man, I remember this one dude, bro. This one, you have certain people that shot. Listen to me, y'all. You got certain people that's been shooting weapons or guns all their life, to where certain people are hitting the bullseye, like directly in the center of this paper. Like, bro, you are younger than me. Like, yo, I'm like, you are younger than me. And this one dude was older than me, obviously, bro. This dude shot like grouped in zero and in the middle. Like he got all of his bullets in the middle of this circle, like all of them, not scattered out. He got all of the bullets in the center and hit the bullseye. And like it was like a almost a line. It was like pop, 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 like all in the middle of this circle, right in the middle, right. I was like, bro, how the hell are you doing that? Like, I was like, bro, that's crazy. So I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. So anyway, we just sat like we're just waiting to like the whole day for 3 weeks, days we just outside shooting weapons, right? Just outside. So we're just I remember the last day I shot, I grouped in zero. I was so proud. I was like, wow, like so at this like it was the circle was right here. I had to get in the circle. Between that circle, I got like right in this area. And then I had to shoot in that area again just to confirm. And I did it. I was like, wow. So I didn't have any jerking motion in my weapon. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like I can't believe I really shot that. So, you know, after that day, we were just we had a after our group in zero, that was like right around lunchtime. That was like the first day of shooting. So we ended up getting MREs and passed them out, and people ate. And the MREs are good. Like a little sidebar, right? MREs are good. Well, some of them eventually you get used to them, right? The MREs. So any name brand candy in there, you can't have. Like our drill sergeants wasn't having it. No Skittles, no Starburst if you have it, no M&Ms, no Snicker, no Twix, none of that. You have to put name brand candy inside like the box, whatever like that. So like if you got cookies that's by like that's in the actual MRE, you can have that. Like they got like chocolate chip cookies, they got oatmeal cookies. People had applesauce. Certain people had like pound cake, bro. Pound cake was on point. They had coffees in there, bro. If you are like literally like any type of like sugar is good. Like sometimes you don't even need the candy. When I came back, like when I go off the plane, whatever, like any type of like coffee or really like candy, it's like it's too much sugar after a while because your body has been detoxed from all that, right? I went and got me a coffee for the first time after not having it for months. And it's like I threw the can away. Literally, I threw the can away. And I was just like, it was because it was too much sugar. It's like too much sugar. You understand? Like certain people couldn't wait to get out of basic because of that. Like, it's like it gives you, like I said, defect food. You know what I'm saying? It's a little sidebar. Defect food is like you get used to it after a while. At least I did. You understand? So it's like, yeah, man. MREs, we would trade like, yo, which one you got? We were like, what What MRE you got? Like, yo, you got the spaghetti one? You got the one with the beef one, the beef patty one, whatever? Yo, you want to trade with me? Whatever. Like them the MREs is like, it's like real, like that big. It's like a big packet of just, you got gum in there. You're not even allowed. I mean, you could chew the gum, but you just basically got to spit it out because it's contraband, allegedly. They call it contraband. But that, bro, I gotta tell a different story about if you get caught with Skittles or anything, any type of civilian candy, bro, that is your ass. Seriously, and certain people did it. I'm gonna tell you a story about that in another video. But yeah, man, the weapon range, man, it was very different. The weapons range is very different. Like um it's very different. The M4, real easy to clean. We had baby wipes. We was cleaning our weapon and all that stuff. And you got to clean it a certain way. You have to, like, we just spent time like in the bay when we got back to the company. We spent just like 45 minutes to an hour just cleaning our weapon. It was fun. It was like stuff like that when that's different. It's fun. It's like you bonding with people, like you're bonding with your peoples that's to the left and to the right of you. You learn about people's different personality, like I said, and you just cleaning your weapon. You gotta clean it, like the spring a certain way, like the spring, put it back, like the spring is what make the bullet go out. You understand what I'm saying? So like when you press the trigger, the spring goes out. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, that spring. No, excuse me. I apologize. The spring is what is in like the back of the actual the thing that's connected, like that goes against your shoulder. The spring comes out of that part. Excuse me. But yeah, man, like you got to clean the barrel. Oh yeah, and another thing, if you cleaning your weapon, right? Um, if you're not cleaning, if you don't have like proper, like we have like cleaning kit that we got, right? So this stuff, it's like an oil that that the drill sergeant gave us, and it's an oil just to keep the like the barrel of the weapon lubricated, so the when the bullet comes out, it doesn't get jammed. Because if your weapon gets any type of sand inside the little trigger point, that the flap, like when you press the trigger, the flap comes out. Like it literally it's like a spring that latches out. That's why when you press the trigger to shoot, it's like shell cases come out the latch, because that's where it comes out. Like the spring bounces the bullet off and it bounces out. It's like pop pop pop, and then it's like bullet shells. Now, if that latch stays closed, your weapon could potentially get jammed. And if your weapon is not cleaned thoroughly, your weapon can get jammed. And that happened to a lot of people that was on the weapons range. They weapon, when you have a full magazine, right, and you're shooting your weapon, or not even a full, it doesn't have to be full, and you're shooting your weapon and you didn't cock back the chamber or whatever like that, and it's off the safety. If you didn't cock back the chamber, all you're gonna do is click, because there's no bullet inside the chamber. All you're gonna do is, yeah, that happened to me like twice. It's like you think you cock back the chamber, but it's like it's just a click. You have to cock back the chamber and then make sure your weapon not on safety no more. And then before you shoot, they tell you when you can shoot and whatever like that. So it's very different learning about weapons, man. It was like it's like I said, it's very different. So but yeah, man, I would definitely, that was my spill on, the first part of learning about weapons cleaning and learning how to shoot the target, grouping and zeroing on the target, group and zero on a little circle, all that stuff. So yeah, that was very informative. Very, I didn't know it was that complex. It's not really complex, but it's very interesting about weapons as far as like how they work and stuff like that. But yeah, that was definitely the end of this video, y'all. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you're new, like I said in the beginning, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're back, I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. I'm glad that it's been very informative. I see my subscribers going up. I really do appreciate y'all showing me a love and support of the channel. And like I said, I talk about everything, not just military stuff. I talk about relationships. I talk about finance. It's just, I'm very round. I talk about politics. It's a very well-rounded channel. And, I'm willing, you know, I'm willing to give my input about a lot of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all, y'all see, I see the comments. When y'all comment, I'll definitely comment back. I'll show my support to y'all too. But yeah, man, this has been another video. Group of Zero in at basic training. And definitely, y'all be blessed. Be safe out there too. Y'all be blessed, man. Be safe. Keep your head up. And keep God first. Be blessed. One.